Do-do-do-do-do. Hey guys, we are live. Welcome back to the Superhero Hour, otherwise known as SHHR. Welcome to season 3. Ooh, my bad. Audio. And of course, with me is Mr. Lou Rod, aka Booredatwork. What's up, man?
What's going on? Happy New Year. We've been gone forever.
I know. Happy New Year. Yeah, my bad. It looks like your audio is a little out of sync, but thank you everyone for chiming in, joining in right now. I'm going to let Lou fire off some of the news stories. We're doing things a little different here. We're going to kind of go through the news a little bit quickly, unless it's important or big. Then we'll
the only news that I can give you right now is expect the Han Solo trailer during the Super Bowl.
That I figured would happen. I figured that was going to come up.
It's the perfect time. Drop it. They're probably just going to do a 30-second teaser. Shell out $6 million and do a full minute. But I'm hearing it's coming Super Bowl Sunday, and I don't have the rest of the notes open.
I love that. It's like, it's coming Super Bowl Sunday, and I don't got no notes. I got no notes. But
I sent them to you. I just don't have them open. I can open them if you like.
Yes. Dustin, thanks for joining us again. Yeah, so that's going to happen. I think also we might get an Aquaman trailer as well. I think it's a good time to put Aquaman teaser, like a teaser, a 30-second teaser, especially if you're going to drop it. If you drop it after the second half of the game, that's a good time. Yeah, the movie's coming out in December, so you don't need to drop a full trailer now. But you need to tell people it's coming out this year.
Well, I mean, but do we really want to do it this early? Well, what the hell? We got, granted, it's not in the notes, and we didn't really discuss it much, but we got a Rampage 1-minute spot. We had I didn't see the Ready Player One 3-minute featurette that they dropped.
Yeah, during
about the future.
During championship weekend. Sorry, somebody's honking outside here if you guys pick up that noise. But during championship weekend, they dropped it. So yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
So, but let's be real. The only movie we're really waiting for is literally about 3 weeks away.
Wakanda, I'm coming. That's right.
And don't worry, folks. We have a little surprise coming that night.
Yeah.
A new character will be making his debut.
Just stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Yeah. So anyway, looking at some more news. Just to quickly fire off some of the news we have here. Justice League.
I got it up.
Okay, you have it up now, but I guess I'll just continue quickly. Justice League Blu-ray to include some bonus scenes not seen in theaters. The only one that I'm interested about is the one where they actually showed Superman coming out of what looked like a Fortress of Solitude. Or it looked like a shot from Man of Steel. You remember the same shot in Man of Steel where he was coming out of the ship?
Uh-huh.
It kind of looks like, except this time he was like this. So again, like, just give us a Snyder cut, man. Like, if you even have to wait till like May or something to drop it.
Well, if you get the Snyder cut, you're getting unfinished CGI.
They can finish. Look, the thing is this: they know very well. But I think, to somebody's point, they just want to kind of release this and be done with, and then move forward.
Well, you know what? See. I'm still upset that SHHR got a job. He should not be working at WB any longer. He's the reason we got the cluster F of what we have.
Yeah.
He's ruined every movie. All his freaking, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, that got to be done. No, dude, let the movie come out. And you freaking bigwig idiots, you guys really don't follow comic books? How about you test it with actual people that read this stuff?
I mean, that would be nice.
And it's not here today with our notes because this was last week's news, but like New Mutants. Why are you pushing it damn near a year to come out April 13th?
I tell you why.
Because it's not scary enough.
Disney.
You think it's Disney?
I think it's part of their way to intertwine certain storylines out. I don't think it's
But
just.
come on, bro. You got the movie shot and it's in the can.
No, I
If
think
anything, at best.
that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a whole different aspect, trying to intertwine it, and that's what they're doing with this. I'm not too concerned about that because also that's also a smaller project in their minds. But I think that's what they're trying to do with New Mutants. Because if you think about it, right, the one movie that should actually start having a change is the X-Men with Phoenix, right? Because with Phoenix storyline, you can incorporate the fact that that's the beginning of when you start merging the two worlds together. They will probably do some things in reshoots, but maybe not. Who knows? Like, we don't know. But that's not been moved. That has not been moved. That has not been changed or anything like that. So
that's a November release date.
Yeah, but I mean, but if they're going to make major changes, that would have been moved to say like a March or something, right?
Nah, I don't think you need to, because whatever you want to do to it now, you could go back in and do reshoots and add bits and pieces here and there. The only problem is this movie was written to be a two-parter. Do you change that?
Oh, which is fine though. You can write. So that means you change certain things so that the second part now involves more of the Avengers characters, or how you introduce the other world, how the Phoenix has broken reality, or whatever you want to call it. There's so many things you can do. They have many ways to actually get that done.
No, Richie.
Let's see. So yeah, we have that. Then there was, of course, the rumor that this is rumor because this was debunked by a few people that Ben Affleck turned down Flashpoint, even though
if that was true or not true,
I think Ben Affleck. I think Ben Affleck just. I think Ben Affleck just didn't want to deal with the hot mess in terms of like superhero movies with Warner Brothers. Because if I'm him, I just wouldn't do it.
And I agree with you, because it seems to be every time we try to do something, the studio heads come down and you got to change this, you got to cut that, you got to change this. And Ben is a person that doesn't like to be interfered with when he makes his movies. He makes his movies his style. You go with it. Granted, I've never seen Argo, not my kind of movie, but it won an Academy Award. Gone Girl, I started to watch it, couldn't finish it.
Oh, you gotta finish that movie. It gets better.
No, it wasn't that I was boring or anything. I just didn't care.
Okay, all right.
It didn't keep my interest enough to want to stay. Like, dude, run a 2049, and I debated trying to do a structured review of it, but I was thoroughly entertained. And that's a movie that starts slow.
What, Blade Runner?
Yeah. 2049 started slow. I'm like, all right, I'm an hour into this movie and nothing is really going on just yet. But then within like 10 minutes later, it picked up. I'm like, okay, now I got my interest. Thoroughly enjoyed with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got me going to watch the first one.
Yeah, tell me what you think about after you watch the first one, because I thought this movie was 10 times superior over the first.
Well, of course, because of the fact that it's got better technology going with it this year.
No, not that. Better storytelling. I didn't even care about the tech, because the tech is very similar. Trust me, when you watch it, you enjoy the technology. It's not that. I just thought this was better. I thought this was by far better. Like 100 times better.
Okay.
Watch it. So watch it. Let me know what you think, because a lot of I've had this debate with a few friends who are big Blade Runner fans, and I was like, I'm sorry, man. Like, the only person who's agreed with me is Juan. Is the fact that what's his name? Ridley Scott knows how to create a good world. He knows how to world build, give you the world setting, but his storytelling, it's not the greatest.
Yeah, you could tell with Prometheus.
Yeah, that's not even good. Now forget Prometheus, the last Alien movie. That was horrible. Anyway, let's move on to quickly the next story. Vacations directors John Francis and Jonathan Goldstein, who also wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming, are going to helm Flashpoint.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I've just like, hey, you know what? They wrote a good script for Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's fine. If Flashpoint is going to be a little lighter, so I'm having a feeling that Flashpoint is going to be a mixed movie where half of the movie will take place maybe more modern, and then half of it will get a little bit of Flashpoint when it happens. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not going to pass judgment just because we just have to wait and see, right? See how it goes.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. If they directed the vacation movie, that movie, you know, I enjoyed it, but
let's put it this way, right? Look, it's like many directors out there. Before James Gunn hits with thingy, his movies were not that great as far as I'm concerned. They were not, to me, they were nothing like worth watching. But now look at where he is, right? So I'll just say let's just wait and see. They have a director. Let's move on with the movie and see what happens. That's fine. You know, and we'll see how that goes. Sylvester Stallone welcomes Florian Munteanu in the cast of Creed 2 as son of I was going to say Khal Drogo.
Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago. Thank you. I was going to say Khal Drogo.
See, everybody complained how the Force Awakens is a rehash. If you really think about anything being rehashed, it's these Creed movies.
Yeah.
All they did was just flip the script. Instead of Stallone, it's the son of Creed. Now the son of Creed is going to go to what? Get revenge and fight the son of Ivan Drago?
No, I don't think he's going to fight.
Right.
It's not a revenge match. We'll see. We'll see what.
I'll watch it.
See, but the difference between this and Force Awakens is the way it was done, the way the story was told. It was a rehash story, except you add the added element of this was a bastard son who really didn't want to fight with his name. And it took him a while to accept that. And it was shot beautifully. The movie was well done. Like, if I were to compare the two, I mean, Creed is a better movie than Star Wars Force Awakens.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying it's like rehash storytelling.
Oh, no, I agree. But I'm saying that that's Creed is an example of doing a rehash well. Star Wars Force Awakens is an example of doing rehash. Okay. That's the difference, really. Because, you know, there's sometimes you do a rehash and you're like, damn, man, that was good. Okay, forget even a rehash, a remake of a movie. So you haven't watched the Asian version of this. Infernal Affairs and Departed is basically a remake of the same thing. Even beat for beat, there's certain things that are very similar. But Departed is a really good movie. Same thing as I think as Infernal Affairs, but he just made it, he did a good job in making it feel like two different movies that are the same thing. And that's what you want to do when you do something like that. That's why Creed, I can watch Creed anytime and be like, yeah, it's just a good movie. Forget anything else. I like it. So hopefully, you know, that continues. And it's not just a matter of rehash and rehash.
Who's directing it?
Somebody else. I just don't know who's directing it now. And then we have finally Shazam. Cast Luke Cage as well as This Is Us actor Ron Cephas Jones to play the Wizard. He looks the part and he's a good actor, so I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm good with that. I think that will work well for a lot of people and for what they're trying to do with that movie. So I mean, on those aspects, I think it's pretty solid. Now, one more news item that's not up there was a couple of rumors. This was Screen Rant dropped it that Man of Steel 2 is in the slate. And their slate is tied down. We also saw images of the cast of Suicide Squad training, aka what's his name? Captain Boomerang and the main soldier guy again. I can't remember his name.
The guy from House of Cards?
Not the guy from House of Cards. The guy's gonna be playing in that new Netflix show, Altered Carbon.
He's the guy from House of Cards.
Why? Well, okay, whatever.
You don't watch House of Cards. That's where I know him from. And yes, he's also going to be. Is it a show or a movie?
It's a show. It's a show. Oh man, it's a show. Okay. Yeah.
And he's going to be in that. He was also in something else, but I don't remember. I don't know his name.
The kid, Joel Killerman. That's his name. But anyway, yeah. So he's going to be in that, and it looks like right now the slate is, we know it's Aquaman this year, Shazam, Wonder Woman 2, Suicide Squad, Batman, and then the last two are Man of Steel and Nightwing. That's it.
But also, since you mentioned Wonder Woman, it was announced today that it'll be the first movie with a sexual harassment policy in play.
Good. That and Game of Thrones as well.
Really, there's sexual harassment in Game of Thrones? I mean,
no, policy. I mean, let's take it easy there, policy. But yeah, I think it would be very interesting. Hey guys, can catch you for the last couple of live shows, but happy that it's back. Thank you very much, the Tech Vaults. This is our first show for the year. Please watch and share, people. I'm trying to make this into an interesting show. I want to get guests in here, especially talking about some of the TV shows that we watch. So let's jump into some of the TV shows. Let's start off with, before we get into Star Trek, I want to start off with a new show. Let's start off with Black Lightning, even though it's not necessarily in the scheme, but Black Lightning dropped. I know you talked about it. We chatted briefly, and you mentioned that you liked it, and I did too. I will say they gave me a good reason for the suit. I don't like the design of the suit. I think it's...
Well, you know that they upgraded that suit, because when we first saw that trailer, that suit was horrendous.
Yeah, but what I liked was they showed him in his original. They gave a nod to his original Black Lightning suit. You know, when they, the videotape of the guy and he's doing the kicks. I was like, okay, all right, I get it. I also like the fact that they played in heavily to the community. They played into all the stuff that's going on in today's world in America, whether it's Black Lives Movement in a sense, the way communities are set up, all that kind of stuff played in pretty well, and I liked it. And I liked the fact that I like the fact that it was there. Now they also introduced technically Green Lantern into the mix, because that is Green Lantern's sister that he's married, his ex-wife, Jon Stewart's sister.
Really?
Yeah. So that's also in there as well. So there's that connection. Doesn't mean that he is Jon Stewart, he's Green Lantern yet or not. But you could actually just have Jon Stewart there. But I also like the fact, like, I put it this way. So I like the bad guy, even though he didn't do much. Tobias White. Dude. I liked him for one reason. As soon as I saw him, he reminded me of you. I saw him and I was like, man, that guy just like reminds me of Lou. I don't know why, but
what if I was pimped out of the suit?
Yeah, exactly.
And was a crime lord gangster? I'm gonna shoot a man with a harpoon gun through the shoulder and then pull him towards me. And you know what? I might think about getting a piranha tank and feeding some human flesh to the piranhas.
No, we don't want that. We don't want that. But I liked it. I mean, what else did you enjoy in the show?
I thought the show was good. I like the fact where, he got pissed off, like that whole issue when the cops pulled him over, and he was like, "What are you pulling me over for? What is all this about?" And the cop was just being a straight up donkey. And and then he just used his powers a little bit. I'm like, okay. And then when his little girl, what all fathers would do, check that Find My iPhone and run up into the club.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, I like the fact that even the ex-wife, even though she didn't want him to do that, but when he said like, "I'm gonna get my girl," she's like, she understands where that all that lays in. So I want to see where they go with it. I want to see where they go with the daughters and their powers. How they see, because one of the things that I liked in the show is that, at least for me, it showed a Black family the way I would expect to see it. Not a Black family like a white family. They're just two different dynamics. So I like that fact. I like the fact that, just the simple things, like when they were giving the speech for the father for his award, and the younger sister is in the bathroom. She's like, "I'm about to hit the club." And the older sister doesn't really rat her out. But also says like, "Look, you got to check in at this time." And there's that kind of dynamic where it's like, okay, I know what this family is all about. I see where this family stands. So I like that. I just have to see where it goes. I think it'd be interesting to see. And eventually, because one of the things I noticed with this show is that if you look at the way it was shot, at least the first episode, it doesn't necessarily fit into
Arrow.
Arrowverse. Yeah,
No,
doesn't.
I agree. It doesn't. When they go to do their crossover next year, have the Flash run to his Earth at some point this season before the 13th episode, and he say on Earth, well, we can't say 15 because Earth 15 is dead. Earth 14. He's from that Earth, and you just call on them for the crossover event.
No, see, I wish he's not on Earth 14. I wish he's in Arrowverse, but I really wish that that was a depiction of that city, like proper. You know what I mean? Because the only person who could crisscross, I think to me, to make it real, is you keep it in Arrowverse, and you can mention Green Lantern. I mean, not Green Lantern, Green Arrow, in there, because somebody will go, well, we don't need Green Arrow. Like, we got Black Lightning. I mean, he's back now. He was away for a while, but our dude can shoot lightning. That guy's shooting, like, you know, something where it just feels like, yeah, it's their own thing, rather than, I get it with the different universes and stuff like that. But I thought it was a good show.
No, it was good, and you know, like you said, the bad guy, I know him from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
He's the guy who killed Opie. So, you know, he got his just due a few episodes later.
Okay. All right. So what was next on the docket would be
well, we could take it back to Supergirl.
Supergirl, yes. Okay, Supergirl. Supergirl episode was the one with the Legion helping out. Now,
Brainiac 5.
Brainiac 5 looked horrible. We'll put it that way. They just didn't do a good job in the makeup. I also didn't like, I personally, since you read the comics, the Legion could do more. I mean, especially with Brainiac 5. But I get what they were trying to play with that one and all that stuff altogether. I would just like to see, more of the Legion, actually. That's just really it. Like, I've kind of lost faith in Supergirl, so I lost faith a long time ago, by the way. So.
Well, I'm not far behind you with I didn't really lose faith, but it was just horrible writing the first half of the season. Her dwelling on the stupid love and the sister dwelling on love is like, okay, you know what? You were broken up.
It's not the dwelling that it's not that I didn't hash that. It's the fact that he comes back and he says, I am from the future. I spent 7 years. What am I supposed to do? And she was still holding it like, you know. So, I mean, it's just CW writing. I get that part.
Yeah.
I actually
That's what made it horrible.
I just want to see more of the Legion of Superheroes. I actually want to see. I actually even want to see Mon-El in his traditional red.
He gets it.
Outfit. Yeah, I know he gets it. I just want to see that. I really don't care about the rest of that.
And then what I also gathered, they're setting up Rain to be an anti-hero going forward.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're doing that. So
they're doing that. She's going to become some kind of. Hopefully, she doesn't spin off to get her own show, but she ends up moving to another city. See, this is the thing that pissed me off, too. Why didn't you bring Superman back? Knowing that all this is going down, where's Superman through all this?
Look, it's not even that. My problem, you don't need Superman. You know that very well, man. You have Martian Manhunter there.
And oh my God, they make him a big donkey.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's like, for me, it's just not even. I don't even pay attention.
Oh my God!
Let's Martian Manhunter. Let's go to Flash. Now, Flash, of course, had the trial, and it was kind of fast the trial. I knew what they were going to do in Flash because I knew he had to go to jail. They could have found ways to disprove it, but I'm fine with that. I like the fact that. I like when he showed that power that he didn't.
No, that was hot.
Where he was like, he only spent less than a second, and he basically had that moment to have a full conversation with her. I thought that was cool. I also liked the way Barry handled a couple of things himself, where he just kind of knew, like, look, it doesn't, because to him, it was like, it doesn't matter, right? I will phase through the wall and save people and do whatever I need to do, right? And come back. So I get that aspect with him. I think it's just trying to find out what exactly does what's the villain's name again?
The Thinker.
The Thinker. What does he want to do? What does he want to do? What's his big goal? They dropped an Easter egg, which I didn't realize until Screen Rant pointed that out, was Earth 15 is Earth of Superboy Prime, aka Superman Prime as well.
But didn't they say that Earth was dead?
Yeah, it was destroyed. It was destroyed by Superman Prime. My bad.
Okay, because they sent Homeboy with that nuclear radiation power over there. His energy
Meltdown. Yeah, so they sent it over there. Yeah, because Superman Prime destroyed that Earth 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's an Easter egg. Not that he actually is in there or not, but anyone who knows the multiverse will point that out. But I thought it was a good episode.
Look, Flash this season has been on point. I've enjoyed it, but if they're trying to do a few episodes where Barry is not like the hero, then they need to step their game up with Cisco and crew because they make Cisco out to be weak.
Yeah, I mean, Cisco can do more. But I understand in this episode, Cisco wasn't exactly sure where to do anything, especially then when, what's his name told him that, be careful how he uses his phasing, because if he doesn't send it in the right direction, that shit could just rebounce and come back with all that radio. So I get that aspect. Like I said, this episode, at least they thought it out and said, here are the things. This is why we still need to use Barry for a couple of things. I don't think it's going to be long before Barry's out of jail. I think maybe at episode or 2. Max.
I don't see him being in there long.
I think it's one episode in jail, and then the next episode is probably out.
Tomorrow's episode, he'll be talking to Goldberg.
Yeah. I saw the images of that. So I think it will be that, and then second episode he'll be out of jail, or they'll be able to get some proper evidence to say, hey, this is not the case.
Here's the proper evidence, and it wasn't him. Yeah. But then also, Kid Flash is moving over to Legends of Tomorrow.
As expected. I mean, like I said, I told you they need a speedster, man.
Yeah, but I mean, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
During the crossover event, you kind of see it with the little secret handshake that they did. And then the fact that earlier last week, it was announced he signed on to be a series regular on the show.
Yeah. So,
and it kind of sucks that we're only getting Constantine for 2 episodes.
I think Constantine will fit around I think if they were smart, I think I would sign Constantine as a regular and use him around all the shows. Yeah. And then just you try that out. And then if it really comes back in, to me, I say if you want to do a crossover, I say you do something where Constantine lands in Supernatural. That would be hilarious. That would just be, to me, a fun thing to watch.
See, now that you're speaking of, I don't watch Supernatural. I do not want to see a crossover between Arrow and Supernatural.
No, Constantine.
If you want to tie them all together, use him.
Yeah. The only cross out, like I say, if you want to do a crossover with Supernatural, let Legends of Tomorrow. Because their world is funky, so it doesn't matter whoever you cross over with.
They could go anywhere.
And again, with Constantine mixed in, then it's like, okay, these boys understand magic and all that kind of stuff mixed in together. So that definitely makes sense.
I'm a little confused with Richie's question here. Could this happen because he came out of the Speed Force?
He's talking about when he basically held Iris and had that long conversation. Probably. That's probably why.
Oh, you know what? That could be the theory. He learned some new tricks in there, and now he's just showing it.
Yeah. And then of course the last one was Arrow, at least in the comic book space. I liked the episode. I thought it wasn't bad. I thought I want to see
better.
Yeah, I want to see how that's. I like it for one thing. I like that the team split, even though it's dumb, but I like it because they're going to fail, and they're going to fail miserably, and I just want to see them fail. That's just literally why I like it.
But let's be real. This episode, Oliver failed miserably. He was outsmarted at every turn with this Caden James character.
Yeah, not every turn. I think he outsmarted.
Come on, bro.
He outsmarted them even at the end. Remember, he was trapped and he still had the explosive setup. So remember, the problem.
Okay, whoop-de-doo. He had some dumb explosives that, honestly, the way he set up those explosives should have brought the damn warehouse down.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever about that part. But I will say it was better. I think. See, like, to me, what should happen if I'm the ones right? Fine, you've done the split. What you should happen is you get Speedy back, and then you get Speedy's boyfriend back. And
he's coming back.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then Oliver is like, forget you people. I got some real people I could deal with. Y'all
Yeah,
have to
but
train.
see, the problem there is Thea said in this episode, I know you need help, but mentally I'm not ready.
I know. She said
So
that.
she just like takes herself out the equation.
Yeah, she does that. But I still think that it's something that you could. I mean, we'll see how that was. But definitely, I would. If the other Speedy comes back, that would be interesting to see how that plays out as a whole.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal. Sorry, I said, the original Speedy, the real Speedy, not his sister. Then
and now we've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I did not watch this last Friday's episode.
Oh, dude.
I did not watch it. I am so sorry. I've been busy. I've been watching a bunch of stuff left and right. I will say this though. It doesn't matter if I've not watched it or not, but Agent Shields has kept it going. I like what they did with bringing back, what's his name? Homeboy from the past into the future.
Oh, Fitz?
That was a nice
he put him to sleep.
Exactly. I mean, I like the structure. Agent Shield's on a roll, even though to me, ABC's kind of giving up on that show because it's on Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday's at 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So, but I think they've just done a really good job with the show itself, and I think it's spot on all the way through. I mean,
the show, like you said, it's been on point, and I'm going to urge the folks here. If you have friends out there that tell you to sign a stupid petition for these damn TV shows, just ignore them.
I mean, the Inhumans.
Just ignore. Not even Inhumans. It's just like the petition for the Snyder Cut. Dude, the government has better things to worry about than problems in Hollywood and on TV shows. Ignore it because it's not going to be happening. I don't want them to renew Inhumans because, by God, was that show horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was horrible. Remember I told you I quit watching it? So there's that. Now, finally, of course, the creme de la creme.
Star Trek
Discovery. Look, I watched yesterday's episode. And
I wanted to watch it again, but I was busy doing something else.
And I got to put it this way. So it was yesterday was a very big high for me. I'm a Patriots fan if you watch American football. So my team won. And then I watched the
whining about calls.
Whatever. See how people like just hate it.
I'm not hating. You know what? I didn't care what team went. Who I really wanted to go was Minnesota.
Yeah, they were just not ready for prime time. You're just not ready. But anyway,
I just did not want the freaking Eagles to go because I'm a Cowboy fan. So I didn't want them representing the East.
Okay, we'll get to Dustin. We'll get to you in a second. But Star Trek I'm watching the episode, and I'm like, oh no, something is up. And then when you get to the very end, where you realize the main bad guy is not even the evil Empress.
And you know what? I don't know where I watched it, but they called it. When he was having sensitivity to the light, they're like, what if Lorca is from the mirror universe and that's where he's trying to get back to? And boom, the big reveal at the end of this episode.
And you know how he got there? His partner in crime is the other guy, the other blonde dude, Paul Simon, over there in the captain's place.
But what ship did he get there with?
That was just who he worked with. I don't know how. We don't know those details, but I think that's his partner in crime. But I'm telling you, that is. I mean, the mirror universe is a messed up place. Human beings are terrible, man. They're just bad. I mean, straight up.
Let's go back to last week.
They make
whole Vok reveal.
The whole what?
The whole Vok reveal when he was seeing him.
That is messed up. That was really messed up. But I just have to say, man, Star Trek has just been on point. For all those who talk about not being a traditional Star Trek show, yes, it's not. Is it a Star Trek show? Yes, because it shows you the kind of world it is, and basically in this last 3 episodes in the mirror universe, 3, right? I believe 2.5.
It's been 3 episodes. No, it's been 3 episodes.
3 episodes in the mirror universe. You understand that, yes, we were in the Star Trek world that you were in before, because if you're not, you're in this other universe where human beings are just bad, straight up. I mean, they have the repulsor, whatever, chambers, or not repulsor.
Those chambers that electrify you to death.
Yeah. Or just keep you not death. It can electrify you constantly.
Yeah, that was some trippy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it is so good. It is so entertaining. I'm telling you, I give it just a thumbs up. Solid all the way.
The only complaint I had about yesterday's episode, that it was only 37 minutes long.
I thought on the episode's like an hour 45.
No, this one was 37 minutes. The average episode has been about 45 minutes, and they dropped us with a 37-minute episode. I'm like,
they're trying to do this Game of Thrones stuff, man. Come on, man. No, you gotta wait till season 5, people. Can't be doing that.
Build up, man.
You know what? There's no wonder it felt like I watched it and I was like, oh, I was just like, wow, it's over. Oh my God. But I'm like, really, people? Let me sneaky like that. Come on. But yeah, no, it was really, really good.
Victor, to your question, I don't think it would be confusing because it doesn't touch on the movies. It kind of plays off of the originals that they did, but even if you didn't watch it, I didn't watch a lot of that stuff, and I'm enjoying it because this is like 6 years before Enterprise.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So I think that the main this series, Discovery, is in a mirror universe. And in that mirror universe, they found an alternate universe because they already told us that there are many alternate universes. Anyway, they technically specify that with the mitochondrial network. There's so many places you can go. So anybody who says that this is not part of timeline, it doesn't even matter anymore. It just matters that this is a Star Trek timeline that has the Federation, that has a lot of things that are similar, except it's not really the same. And there you go. Just continue your story. So I think it's fantastic. I think it is definitely on point. I think they would have done better in terms of viewership, even though they're doing very well, if it was on just CBS regular.
If it was on CBS regular, forget about it. This would be blown numbers out the water.
Yeah.
But you figure you know why they did it, because they're trying to get people to that network because they're reviving Twilight Zone.
And a few other shows, yeah. They're trying to bring more
other shows that are going there.
More shows there. So definitely important. I mean, it was good. Like I said, love it. And then finally, I watched Runaways.
The whole season?
Yeah, I've caught up with Runaways. I didn't read much of the comics.
I didn't read the comics either.
I read one episode, if I'm not mistaken, of the Runaways comic. I liked a lot of things. I had a few things I didn't like. What I was hoping for and I knew I wasn't going to get, the first episode was the best shot episode in the show. It's the pilot. It was really good. And then you can see, because of the budget and because of the way, just how Hulu's positioning it, that was the only thing that I didn't like. It didn't take me away. I just noticed. I was like, I wish it was just kind of like the first episode. What I wanted to see more was more of the problem. I didn't like is this. So you've got the black kid. I can't remember his name.
Alex.
Alex is the leader of the Runaways. Alex, they did not show us his power sets because
he doesn't have powers.
He does have powers. He doesn't have powers in the same way. He is a super intellect. I mean, the boy is not just smart. I mean, he's a genius.
He's a genius with technology.
Yeah, he's like Lex Luthor level type. Just, even in the DC comics, they kind of say that Lex Luthor is almost considered a superhuman because of his intellect alone. Okay. It's like Brainiac. Brainiac's main power came from information, knowledge, and technology, and that's how he built himself up. So,
Brainiac 5 says he has a 12-level intellect.
Yeah, Lex is over 12. I think Lex is 14 or 18 or something like that. So Lex is smarter than Brainiac 5. But that's what I wanted to see, but they didn't show as much. Like I wish that part where they said, she kept on asking him, "How did you get my mother's password?" I wish that was where he just revealed, like, it's very easy for me. Like this kind of stuff just
But what if that's what they're saving? Because, you know, we got 10 episodes this season.
Yeah.
Season 2 will get an extra 2. They're going to bump it up to 12. What if they're saving, you know, some of their hidden talents? Like, really, what, the one girl, she can control the dinosaur? That's her power?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, we had Rainbow Bright over there. She could fly, and, you know, she's colorful and all this other crap.
She can blast. She just doesn't like. She's just like her father in that. She can blast whatever that thing is.
You had the kid that at first I didn't like him, but he kind of redeemed himself a little bit. The rich kid with the gloves.
Yeah, I did. You too. Yeah, I think he just had data issues, and when he figured it out, and he realized that he's a smart kid also, but it's just that he knows how to do stuff with his hands. He's a mechanic. Yeah, he knows how to build stuff. And then
Molly, the mutant that's not called a mutant yet.
Yeah, and then of course you've got the Asian girl who's a witch, who can only actually not just she's a witch, but it's only in her bloodline. She and her mother can control that. That's literally.
But see, the problem is she lost the staff to the mother. Now, does she get the staff back in season 2?
She will. She will get her staff back. She's the one that could run that with that staff. You know, mom. Remember, her mom just said her mom has more tricks. It makes sense that she loses it. Her mom's not going to kill her or anything. And I was wondering how they're going to play that the parents are bad guys because it's parents, and the parents in this case they love their kids. So I can see how they play the balance.
This is how it comes off with the parents. The parents started off as bad guys, but then as it plays out towards like the final 2 episodes, and you start to see more of Jonah's plan, it's like, well, damn, they were just duped into a scenario
where they owed Jonah stuff. Yeah, they just owed Jonah. That was it.
They're really not bad people. They just got caught up in manipulation.
No, true. I definitely agree. I mean, we'll see how it is. We're almost wrapping up. We're trying to keep this tight, people. We can't keep it tight. I know. So I apologize. But 2 more things which we didn't talk about. Suicide Squad Hell to Pay trailer. Looked fun. It's animated. DC animated stuff is always pretty good. So
pretty good. So we'll be watching it.
I did not watch a Tomb Raider trailer number 2. So can you talk about that?
It was good. It had a lot more of Walter Goggins' character talking, and you see more. You know, it was. I'm excited to go see the movie when it comes out. I think in March.
Okay.
Or May, whenever it comes out. And Dustin, to your thing, I have not watched the season finale of Gifted, but up until this point, I've really enjoyed it. I have it on my DVR. I just need to watch it. Since I know it kind of finished, I've been slacking on watching it. But I'll have it done by next week.
I might check it out. We'll see.
It's not a bad show. Definitely better than Inhumans.
I mean, yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Anyway, guys. What?
Dustin will agree. You know how you are about power levels? Here, there's not a lot of power levels discrepancy. They just don't know how to tap into using those powers better. And I think the season finale did that with Polaris, where she realizes that she can be as strong as Magneto. Or close to that level. So she's supposed to do something in that season finale that I'm going to watch. And then the girl, there's an actress that plays 3 characters, like triplets. She's supposed to be signed on for season 2, like more of a role. And they were talking about doing something more with Morlocks.
Okay, cool.
It's a good show. You should check it out. It's definitely worth binging.
All right, I will. I definitely check it out. All right, guys. Thank you very much. So here's the thing. We should be able to put this up as a podcast. It will go up on Google Play. It will also go up available on iTunes. iTunes might take a little longer just because I have to get this approved. But I want to say, if you want to catch it later, or if you want to listen it on the go, definitely subscribe. I'll have the links for you guys down below in the description. Check it out. Thank you very much. We'll definitely like to have some guests on, so keep watching, share, download, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And otherwise, don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel, and always enjoy entertainment.
Peace.